first, may I please have a resounding applause for the graduating class of 2026. Welcome to friends, family, staff, and faculty as well, all you amazing supporters. My name is Dr. Emily Hugh from the Department of Ethnic Studies, as well as Southeast Asian Text Ritual and Performance. I am honored to serve as your MC/hype woman tonight. We would like to begin by acknowledging the land that we are on. We at UCR would like to respectfully acknowledge and recognize our responsibility to the original and current caretakers of this land, water, and air. The Cahuilla, Tongva, Luiseño, and Serrano peoples, and all of their ancestors and descendants, past, present, and future. This acknowledgement is also offered as an invitation to reflect on the settler colonial histories of UCR, the complex histories of Asian settler colonialism, and the possibilities for shared anti-colonial futures. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce Chuan Chin. A lecturer in UC Riverside School of Business, Chuan Chin teaches modern finance and strategic management. But when she's not in the classroom, Chin is an accomplished performer, playing a traditional Chinese instrument that dates back over 2,000 years. The erhu is a two-string instrument similar to a violin or fiddle, often played as part of Chinese opera or orchestral music. Chin, who has been playing the erhu for more than 20 years, has used her skills to introduce new audiences to the instrument while also putting her own spin on how to play. Please help me welcome the esteemed Chuan Chin. Y'all, we all just rocked out to the Erhu together. That was fire, yes. It is my distinct pleasure to next welcome somebody near and dear to our hearts here. Please join me in welcoming Program Coordinator, one of the architects of tonight's event, of the Asian Pacific Student Programs, Navneet Singh.
All right, class of 2026, how are we feeling? Perfect. My name is Navneet Singh, and I currently serve as a program coordinator for Asian Pacific Student Programs here at UCR. It is an honor to welcome our wonderful families and loved ones today for this special moment. Thank you for being here. Every one of you has made an impact on the graduates who sit here today, and I want to express deep gratitude for your presence with us this evening. Tonight, I do want to give a special shout out to our AAPI Recognition Celebration Committee. Please stand up and let's give a round of applause for them. They're around the room if you want to look around. Some folks in the back, some folks up here. I also want to recognize our faculty and staff members here today. Please make yourselves known and give them a round of applause, please. I also want to thank our Division of Student Affairs team for their support for this event today, especially Dr. Mata and Dr. Jimenez for your support. Another round of applause for them. Lastly, I want to congratulate each of our graduating students here today. You did it, and I'm so proud of you, whether we were able to cross paths or not. As Asian American and Pacific Islander students, many of us grew up navigating multiple worlds at once. We learned to balance tradition, individuality, family expectations, and personal ambition, heritage, and change. And through all of it, we carried stories bigger than ourselves. Some of our families crossed oceans, some sacrificed comfort and stability, some worked tirelessly so we could sit in classroom they never had a chance to enter. Tonight, we honor those sacrifices, but tonight we also honor your journeys, because despite of every challenge, whether it was self-doubt, financial hardship, isolation pressure, or uncertainty, you made it here, you adapted, you persevered, and now you are graduating. This moment is proof that our voices belong in every room, in science and medicine, in art and storytelling, in business and public service, in leadership, education, and innovation. And while our journeys may be different, we are connected by the communities that lifted us along the way. Never forget who your people are. Never forget your culture, your language, and the connection to your ancestors that are always with you. Be excited for your next steps. Welcome this new chapter with open arms, and never forget the resilience you have to keep going. Our celebration today consists of cultural performances. You will hear from our amazing keynote and student keynotes, and then we will begin our sashing ceremony. Again, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you to the loved ones present and watching from home, and the faculty and staff that are present to make this happen, our celebration committee, and again, go class of 2026, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Navneet. Next up, it is my pleasure to introduce the Pacific Islander Student Association, the only Pacific Islander student org on campus dedicated to servicing the Pacific Islander community. They'll be performing a Samoan siva, which embodies Pacifica storytelling, grace, and cultural pride. They would like to shout out Analia and Fehi as the graduating seniors of PISA. Let's give them a warm welcome. Beloved alumni, Dr. Tony Yang, who is also called Dr. T by his friends, is currently a program analyst at the University of California Office of the President in UC Health, working with the Chief Medical Officer for Student Health and Counseling. Dr. Yang has held previous positions at UC Berkeley, UC Riverside, and primarily works in healthcare analytics, clinical oversight, and policy analysis in healthcare. A scholar of United States economic history, he earned his BA in history in 2003 with a focus on economic history and his PhD in history in 2010 here at UC Riverside. In addition to his degrees at UCR, he holds a master's in history from CSU Fullerton and a master's in public administration from Cal State San Bernardino. A jack of many trades, he is the past chair of the Office of the President Staff Association, past chair of the UCOP Asian Pacific Islander Staff Association, the current president of the Episcopal Foundation of the Diocese of Northern California, and president of the University and College Radio Journalism Project. Let's give a warm, warm welcome to Dr. Tony Yang.
So I want to begin by welcoming you to the AAPI Recognition Celebration for the class of 2026. I especially want to thank the elders, the parents, mentors, and loved ones, and most of all, the graduates who are here today. It's no small accomplishment what you all do, what you have come here for. It's a rare privilege for me to put on my academic regalia. I think this is only the fourth time I've actually had to put it on and sweat through a ceremony. All right. I am especially proud to share this moment as an AAPI member of the Board of Directors for the UCR Alumni Foundation. We are here not only to celebrate achievement, but to honor the journeys, sacrifices, and communities that made this day possible. And now, if you'll allow me a moment to begin in a deeply human place, I want to acknowledge that I come to this celebration carrying grief. My mother died of stage 4 lung cancer in late April, and this past December, I lost a dear friend and mentor, Professor Roger Ransom, a longtime professor here at UC Riverside. I share that because sorrow and joy often arrive together. Milestones do not ease or erase losses, they often illuminate it. Many of you are celebrating today with loved ones beside you, while others are celebrating with absence in the room. With someone you wish you could be here. Someone whose name you quietly carry in your heart. Perhaps that is why occasions like this ask more of us than applause. They ask us to remember what remains most human in us. Memory, love, grief, and that enduring influence of the lives that shape our own. That reflection feels especially important in the times we are living through. I once considered making this address about AI, right? Asian intelligence, okay? But then Steve Wozniak gave a commencement about actual intelligence, and I thought, well, there goes that idea, right? Can't plagiarize him. But the joke led me to something more important. Let us talk instead about what artificial intelligence, large language models, neural networks, and all the language of technological mastery can never fully understand, replicate, or replace: the human experience. Machines may ingest vast stores of information, but they cannot create a person. They cannot reproduce a life shaped by memory, sacrifice, culture, grief, longing, love. They cannot make me because I am all that came before me. And they cannot make you because they are all that came before you. The sum of human history can never fully account for your singular life. You are the living expression of hopes, sacrifices, prayers, migrations, disappointments, and dreams that converged long before you arrived here today, or even before you came onto campus. No algorithm can capture the whole of you, the imperfect, evolving, deeply human person that shaped you. Your tenderness, your resilience, your hope. It cannot measure the quiet labor that brought you here, the burdens you carried, or the courage that it takes to become fully yourself. So don't let the tech titans, social media content generators, or the reductionism of our age shrink you into data, metrics, and productivity. You're more than output. You're all that came before you and all that no machine can possibly fathom. And that truth is where I want to begin today. So when I say I am all that came before me, I mean something both personal and communal. Okay? I am the son of Taiwanese immigrants, of colonized people, of privilege, and of a people's hopes and dreams. I am the student of economic historians, wise administrators, and civil rights legends. I'm also the son of flawed human beings, of complicated family stories, and of expectations. I could not fully fulfill them all. Like many people in this room, I know something about being shaped by the dreams of others while trying to discern a life of my own. I am, among other things, a failed engineer, a failed lawyer, failed pharmacist. I sense a theme here, right? I probably committed the greatest sin because I'm not the husband of a Taiwanese woman, okay? My wife is Irish and Native American, okay? All of that somehow, though, is part of the story, right? Identity is rarely neat. It is layered, contradictory, inherited, and still unfolding. And that is why identity is not something we invent from nothing. It is something we inherit, interpret, and reshape over time. You are not confined by the languages you speak or of the silences of your family may have carried. You are not defined only by the traditions you inherit or the expectations placed upon you. You carry all that came before you, but you are also becoming something new. For many of us in the AAPI community, that means learning how to honor our parents and elders while also making lives in a different country under different conditions with different possibilities. The challenge is not to choose between heritage and growth, but to hold both, to carry home and heart, and still move forward, to honor expectations without losing calling, and to become fully ourselves without forgetting who helped make us. Our heritage is not a burden we must shed in order to move forward. It is a source of wisdom, perspective, grounding, and yes, sometimes humor. So be prepared for a dad joke here. My father was a plumber, and I remember once crawling under a crawl space under a house when I was working with him to help locate a leak. As I'm crawling under the crawl space, I go, "Wow, Dad, it really stinks down here." He said, "This isn't mud, son." Right, suffice it to say, I figured that I should probably do better in school. Right? But even that memory reminds me of that inheritance is not abstract. It lives in stories. Right? I'm a historian, I like stories. It lives in stories, in labor, in the lessons that we did not expect to learn. Heritage reminds us of the sacrifices our family made, but also of the resilience, wit, and practicality that helped them survive. And for all of you, as we go through graduation and commencement season, I hope you take a moment to think about those stories, both funny, sad, and heartwarming, as you reflect on your journey. But beyond that, you're also the legacy of something bigger than yourselves. You have the legacy of everyone who came through this university. You are UCR graduates now, and some part of that Highlander legacy lives in you as well. So as you graduate, remember that you are not beginning from nothing. You're beginning from legacy, from the families that supported you, from the prayers spoken over you, from the communities you found here, and the communities that will receive you next. You are shaped by the professors who taught you, the staff who guided you, the friends who sustained you, and the institution that helped form you. You will carry your time at UCR with you wherever you go. So don't be like a lot of people, carry it proudly. And here's something important, proclaim it, right? Because I get really, really angry at the office of the president when people go, "UC Riverside, what's that?" Right? Let us also take a moment to honor more directly those whose lives and labor brought us here. Our lives are shaped by both the intimate family history, by larger forces of empire, migration, labor, exclusion, and survival. Our parents and grandparents faced hardship and uncertainty that we might have a different future. For many of us, love was not always spoken aloud. It was expressed through long hours of work, discipline, perseverance. But honoring those who came before us does not mean pretending every part of our inheritance was easy. I struggled to honor my parents because our relationship was complicated. My father was a gambler who was taken in more than once by a financial scheme in his lifetime. We had experienced multiple bankruptcies. You wonder why I became an economic historian, that you can kind of figure that out. My mother could be emotionally distant. Think Tiger Mom. I once asked my mom, "Why can't you say I love you?" Right? And she replied, "I am not that type of person and never will be." Okay. I even remember breaking down in front of her after a young woman rejected me, only to have her laugh. Okay? Thank goodness I was in therapy. Okay. They did not always understand who I was becoming or how this country was changing their child in ways that they could not fully comprehend. But they stayed with me through college and through another 7 years of graduate school. Right? They're just wondering, when are you going to start working? No, I have more school. I don't understand that. You know, they never said it directly, but I know they were proud of me when I received my doctorate in history. I know because the first picture in the house that all the guests get to see is me wearing my doctoral hood and gown when I went home. Sometimes love reaches us in forms we only learn to recognize later. Sometimes pride is spoken not with words, but with what people choose to persevere, display, and remember. And that recognition brings me to a larger truth. None of us accomplishes anything alone. Your graduation today is not only a celebration of your personal achievements, it is also the reflection of the families, mentors, and friends and communities. It reflects the parent who worked a double shift and asked whether you had eaten, the grandparent who prayed for you, the older sibling who translated forms, drove you to classes. It reflects the professor who stayed after class, the counselor who told you not to give up, the classmate who shared notes when life became overwhelming, and the staff member who helped you find your way when college felt unfamiliar. For me, that kind of support came in a part of an unexpected mentor, my PhD advisor, who stood by me through 5 years of the program. He was the kind of academic you would enjoy because you left feeling steadier every time you walked out of his office. But that's only because he paid attention to who you were and what you were carrying in that moment. He did not look like the mentor I might have wanted for myself, and perhaps that was part of the lesson. Care does not always come from where we expect it. Sometimes it comes from the person who sees us clearly, believes in our potential, and makes room for us to keep growing. Even in his humor, including one comment after my graduation and my hooding, he said, "It looks like your dad comes from the old country." It's a little cringy, right? But I was reminded that he had noticed my dad, right? He had noticed where I came from and also the person I was becoming. And that's really important because that speaks to who I was and how he saw me. And when someone truly sees you and helps carry you forward, the impact reaches far beyond your own life. So let me say a word to the first generation students here. You have done more than earn a degree. You have cleared a path. And future students will look at you and think, maybe I can do this too. So congratulations to those first gen students that are in here. And also for those who are continuing a legacy of education, congratulations to you as well. You're embracing a very strong legacy and continuing to do things that will inspire generations to come. So congratulations to you as well. I also want to take a moment and pause and acknowledge the complexity of what we mean in this room together, right? We're all family in this room. It is a large AAPI family, one that can flatten stories sometimes when we're all combined together and combined into one singular story. We come from different nations, islands, languages, religions, migrations, histories, and political realities. Some of our communities have been stereotyped as successful, others have been rendered nearly invisible. Pacific Islanders in here, right? Some have experienced marginalization through racism, war, colonization, and a single label cannot fully hold us all. We have such different stories. And yet there's still something powerful in all of us being in this room together and gathering under this name, not because it erases differences, but because it gives us a way to recognize one another, to build solidarity, and to reclaim space for the fullness of our communities. It's moving to see that fullness reflected in this room. And also, really moving to see that this is happening on campus more than when I first came to UCR. When I first came to UCR, there was one large AAPI student group in Karipuna. Now, the campus reflects a much fuller picture of who we are. All right? There's still Katipunan. All right? There's the Vietnamese Student Association, the Khmer Student Association, right? The Burmese Student Association, the Hmong Student Association, the Chinese Student Association, right? The Nikkei Student Association, Hallyu for all the Koreans in here. Oh, come on. Taiwanese American Student Association. Team Taiwan, that's all I'm saying. And then the South Asian Federation, right? All my Desi speaking people over there. And also the Pacific Islander Student Alliance, right? That growth matters. Okay, this is only the third celebration that we've had for that. It tells us that students have insisted on being seen in their specificity as well as in their shared belonging. It tells us that identity is not static and that community can be more expansive, more truthful, and more welcoming over time. So graduates of the class of 2026, take a moment, look around you. Even if not every AAPI graduate is in this room, your presence is significant. And now I'm going to get a little polemic. AAPI students make roughly 35% of UCR's graduating class. It has been 35% of UCR's graduating class since when I graduated in 2003. You are going to join the largest section of alumni, of UCR alumni, right? And I share this because I think it's important, because numbers alone do not guarantee visibility, voice, or power. We can be present in classrooms and professions, but we can still be absent from leadership, underrepresented in public life, or treated as though our belonging is conditional. Okay. We saw that contradiction clearly during the pandemic, when AAPI were praised as essential workers and then targeted as scapegoats at the same time. So here's your opportunity. not to fit into someone else's stereotype of who Asian Americans are and are supposed to be, but to live publicly, truthfully, and in full complexity. Be visible in ways that widen the meaning of what it looks like to be Asian American in this country. Not silent, not interchangeable, not only praised when useful and blamed when convenient, but fully human, fully present, fully part of this nation's story. Be true to yourself and to all that you are and all that came before you. You have an opportunity to show that our communities are not a monolith, that our stories and artists and engineers and organizers and caregivers, teachers, public servants, and people still finding their way belong here. Challenge the idea that our belonging is conditional by leading, by speaking, creating, and serving in ways that make it harder for this society to flatten us into caricatures. And perhaps, most importantly, you can widen the meaning of what it looks like to be Asian American in public life. Not silent, not interchangeable, not only praised when useful and blamed, and etc. Right? That's why I prefer to be regarded as the angry Asian man. I've had 3 graduations in my life, but the one I remember most clearly is in 2009. My first 2 degrees, my bachelor's degree and my master's degrees, didn't seem as important. They were mostly procedural because I knew I was going on into school. But the finishing of my PhD in the middle of the Great Recession in 2009 felt entirely different. It was not simply a moment of accomplishment, it was a moment of profound uncertainty. I was completing years of work while entering one of the worst job markets in a generation. One advisor told me plainly that if I finished the dissertation, I could face the market as a graduate. If I did not, I would still face the terrible job market with the unfinished work still hanging over me. He was right, so I kept going. I spent many sleepless nights writing, anxious about the future, and unsure about where this would lead. As an economic historian who studied market failures, I was about to graduate into the largest market failure in my lifetime. Right? That's a huge irony. But I finished, and one lesson I carried from that season in life is perseverance. Perseverance does not always feel triumphant. Sometimes it looks like uncertainty, exhaustion, and choosing to keep going anyway. I know many of you are wondering what comes next. And for some of you, that question may feel heavy. The truth is that the path forward is not always immediate, clear, or linear. It took me nearly 3 years to find steady work after I finished my PhD. I did not get there because I had a perfect plan or a resume that opened every door. The opportunity that changed my life came from something that I couldn't have predicted. I was featured in an article in the Chronicle of Higher Education about PhD graduates who were living on food stamps. Right? I immediately graduated with my PhD and went on public assistance. To great shame of my mom, I might add. What was worse, I spoke out about it in public, about a problem affecting many people, not knowing who might read it or where it might lead. But that act of advocacy opened up a door that I could never have planned for. Someone encouraged me to apply for a job that became the foundation of the career that I have now. That experience taught me that the future does not always arrive through the path we plan most carefully. Sometimes it comes through using your voice with your integrity, standing up for others, and remaining open to the possibilities that emerge from what you care about the most. So I want to leave you with the same encouragement that was once given to me. Do not give up on yourself. You have already done something difficult, and that matters. Graduation is not proof that your life will unfold exactly as you have planned. It is proof that you can endure uncertainty, adapt under pressure, and keep moving toward something meaningful. It is evidence not of perfection, but of resilience. Many of you have navigated financial strains, family expectations, cultural responsibilities. That is no small thing. Your presence at this ceremony reflects the sacrifices others made on your behalf, but it also reflects your own labor, your discipline, and courage. You are not only receiving a diploma today, you are giving public witness to what perseverance looks like, and because you made it here. Someone younger, someone uncertain, someone still trying to navigate what is possible may begin to believe that they can make it too. Which means the question before you is not only how you endure, but how will you use what you have been given? You carry real responsibility and real possibility as college graduates. Your education has given you knowledge, but now has shaped your character. It has asked for resilience, discipline, humility, and strength to keep going through uncertainty. So the question before you is not only what you will do with what you have learned, but who you will become because of it. Honor your family, your community, and this institution by not chasing someone else's definition of success, but by living with courage, integrity, and imagination. You can be rooted and still grow. You can honor tradition and still transform it. Legacy is not pressure to perform, it's permission to build. And that calling matters even more in a world you are entering. We live in a time that often asks people to trade truth for convenience, silence for safety, and responsibility for cynicism. Asian American hate remains far above pre-pandemic levels. Campuses and international students face growing political pressure. AI-driven deepfakes and disinformation make it harder to know what's real and who to trust. In a moment like this, ambition alone isn't enough. We need people who will tell truth when it's costly, protect others when it's unpopular, and refuse to mistake success for character. Your education will matter not only because of what it helps you achieve, but because of the kind of person it calls you to be. One of the hardest forms of courage, especially when you're young, I speak from some experience on this, and you're building a career and dependent on institutions for opportunity, is telling truth to power. It can cost you. I know personally. There was a time when I spoke honestly about what I believed was wrong. My contract was not renewed. But the biggest lesson I take from that, I also learned, was how easily people became complicit. Some out of fear, some out of self-protection, some because silence had become a way to survive. It took me a long time to forgive and to see with mercy people who were deeply flawed, deeply human. But that experience also taught me one thing. I could survive the cost of integrity and still remain myself. That knowledge matters. Once you know you can survive the cost of telling the truth, fear begins to lose its grip. And when fear loosens, you are freer to live not for approval or for security alone, but for purpose, honesty, and the good that you are called to do. So as you leave this place, do not honor the past by shrinking yourself to fit it. Honor it by living faithfully, ethically, creatively, and bravely. Carry your family and community as a burden, not as a burden, but as a source of strength. Preserve what is precious. Change what must be changed. Tell the truth. Care for others. Build a life that is honest about who you are becoming. And if you do, the legacy you inherited will become not only memory, but a blessing. I've been very fortunate in my life to witness a lot of graduations and celebrations, and each one carries its own joy, its own story, and its own sense of becoming. But this gathering feels especially sacred because it reminds us that no one arrives here alone. We stand here accompanied by those who raised us and guide us. challenged us, prayed for us, and loved us into being, including those who are no longer with us, but whose lives still move quietly through our own. Their labor, their sacrifices, their longings, and their courage have made this moment possible. So you may leave this place with reverence for what has been entrusted to you, with pride in what you have accomplished, and with deep gratitude to UCR for the education, the community, and the legacy that now lives in you. And as you go forward, remember, a degree is not only a credential, it is a charge. It is a call to use what you have learned in service of something larger than yourself. Use the knowledge to widen opportunity, to protect the vulnerable, to tell the truth, to build what is just, and to leave the places you enter more humane than you found them. Let your success not end with personal advancement alone, but become generosity, have responsibility, and moral courage. The world does not simply need more accomplished people. It needs people of conscience and who will use their gifts for goodwill. May your education be not only a source of achievement, but a blessing to others. So graduates, as you step into what comes next, carry this with you. History is not behind you. History is within you. You are made not only of ambition, but of memory, courage, struggle, tenderness, and love. You are all that came before you, and because of who you are, and because of what you do next. Others will one day be able to say the same because of you. So congratulations to the class of 2026, and thank you, UCR. And lastly, thank you to the parents who had to sit through me bloviating for the last 20 minutes, and for you supporting all these wonderful graduates.
Heeding what Dr. Yang has said about staying steadfast to one's roots while allowing the room for folks to grow, I want to introduce this next group, Abhinaya. Abhinaya's first local team is a collaborative space for dancers connecting with their traditions and their cultural roots. This year, they performed at over 10 events county-wide. The local team is proud to present Rhythms of Three. Blending Bharatanatyam, Kathak, and Odissi, they dance to 3 different genres of music. First, Carnatic music, followed by drill beats, and ending with Hindustani music. They have put together a piece that highlights each style, as well as demonstrating the cohesiveness of what they see as Indian classical culture. This piece shows how universal music is as dancers connect traditional steps to modern beats. They have asked us to get ready for a fun, fresh, and spirited dance. Please welcome Abhinaya.
पायल
It is my honor to introduce the lifeblood of APSP, our student keynote speakers. Sinduri Kalapcharla is a graduating senior at UCR, earning a BS in Business Administration with a concentration in marketing and a minor in dance studies. Yes. Sinduri currently serves as a student coordinator at APSP, the co-president of UCR's South Asian Federation, the team manager of UCR's Indian classical dance team, Abhinaya. Outside of campus, Sinduri works as a freelance marketer and content creator under the Evolves agency and her campus. She has been training in Bharatanatyam for over 18 years and hopes to pursue a career in marketing in the entertainment or cosmetics industry. Please welcome Sinduri Kalapcharla.
Can everyone hear me? Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sinduri Kalvacharla, and it's truly an honor to stand before you today. Thank you to APSP staff and the AAPI Recognition Ceremony Committee for giving us a chance to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2026 and the AAPI community here at UCR. Before I begin, I'd like to ask for a little grace. I spent the last few weeks telling myself I wouldn't tear up during this speech, and looking around this room tonight, I can tell that's probably not going to happen. When people ask me what I learned in college, they usually expect me to talk about classes, internships, career goals, and what comes next. And while I certainly learned those things, the most important thing UCR taught me is about who I am. In April of 2022, a little bit before I committed to UCR, I was in Ontario for a high school competition. During one of those breaks, my friends and I got curious, and we knew we were in Southern California, so we started looking up how far away we were from colleges we were interested in. To my surprise, UCR was only about a 24-minute Uber drive away. That day became my first spontaneous adventure, although I had no idea how many more were waiting for me over the next 4 years. For some reason, the moment I realized how close we were, I felt like I had to visit. Not wanted to, had to. After quickly coming up with a plan and somehow convincing my advisor to let us go, he smiled and said something cheesy along the lines of, "I'm not stopping you from chasing your future." When I stepped onto campus, everything just felt right. The people were friendly, the campus was beautiful, students were everywhere, tabling for clubs and organizations. There was an energy here that I couldn't explain. I was so convinced that this is where I belong, so that I brought UCR merchandise that day, took my impromptu commitment photo shoots before I'd even talked to my parents about attending. And looking back now, that gut feeling was absolutely right. What I didn't know was that UCR would become so much more than the place where I earned a degree. It would become a place where I discovered who I truly am. 4 years ago, I arrived at UCR as a student who thought I knew myself pretty well. I knew where I came from, I knew what I wanted to study, I knew the values my family instilled in me. What I didn't know is how much room I still had to grow. One of the most unexpected lessons I learned was that I would discover more about myself by learning more about other people. As a student who never left my little bubble in the Bay Area, I came to college hoping to connect more deeply with my own culture, and what I didn't expect was that the AAPI community would help me do exactly that. Through APSP, student organizations, and the incredible people I've met along the way, I've had the privilege of learning from individuals whose stories, traditions, and experiences were very different from my own. I listened to stories that challenged my assumptions, broadened my worldviews, and helped me see both the world and myself differently. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, I found myself becoming more connected to my own identity. I learned more about others, and the more I understood where I came from. The more I appreciated the diversity around me, the more proud I became of my own South Indian heritage. Looking back, I realized that finding myself wasn't a single moment. It happened at APSP events, it happened at club meetings, it happened during late-night conversations with friends, it happened at dance practices and performances, visiting and working with other student resource centers, in lecture halls, in discussion rooms, and even those random walks I used to take in the middle of the night when I lived in Pentland Hills. It happened through meeting so many incredible people, and before I knew it, UCR became the place where I grew into the person I'm standing here before you today. In many ways, UCR gave me the opportunity to explore every single part of who I am. In the classroom, I grew as a marketing student, learning how creativity, strategy, and storytelling can shape the world around us. Outside the classroom, I grew as a leader, a friend, and as a dancer. College taught me that you don't have to fit into one box. You can be analytical and creative, professional and artistic, ambitious and compassionate. We can embrace every part of ourselves. One of the greatest gifts UCR gave me was the opportunity to continue practicing Bharatanatyam, an Indian classical dance form I'd been pursuing since the age of 4. I honestly wasn't sure if moving away from college meant taking a break and for how long, but through UCR Abhinaya, I found a community that helped me grow both as a dancer and as a person. As a child, I danced because my mom took me to class. Today, I dance as if she's dancing alongside me. That brings me to the people who shaped who I am. To my parents, thank you for immigrating here and building a life that made opportunities like this possible. Thank you for every sacrifice I will never fully understand, every conversation, every word of encouragement, and every act of love that brought me to this stage. To my mom, Amma, thank you for being my biggest supporter, my loudest cheerleader, constant source of encouragement, and my best friend. Every time I step on a stage, I carry a piece of you with me. To my dad, Nana, thank you for teaching me the value of curiosity. You've always reminded me that learning is more than about information. It's about discovery, perspective, and understanding the world around us. You've always told me to be honest with myself. To my brother, Siddharth, thank you for always keeping me grounded, making me laugh when I needed it the most. I've been blessed to have a sibling who's my best friend. Being your older sister has always been one of the greatest privileges of my life, and I cannot wait to see where your own journey takes you now as you embark on your own college journey. To the APSP pro staff, Billy, Esther, Navneet, and Brenda, thank you for your mentorship and for creating spaces where students feel seen, valued, and empowered. I'm especially grateful that you've always made it a priority to celebrate and empower the South Asian community within our center. To my coworkers, Fehi, Angel, Connor, Lena, Javen, Tiale, Maya, and Anya, thank you for making my final year at UCR unforgettable. I truly wish I'd found this job sooner and that I'd met you all sooner. To my boards on SAF and Abhinaya, thank you for all the memories, the challenges, and the growth. And to my friends who became my chosen family, thank you for being my rock through these last few years. I'm gonna shout out one person, Sandra, my roommate and my best friend. Thank you to you specifically. You have been glued to my sides through every challenge, every celebration, every late night conversation, and every moment in between. I have never had someone support, inspire, and push me to my truest self the way you have, and I genuinely would not be standing here the same person without you. As we celebrate today, I hope we take a moment to remember that none of us arrived here alone. We're here because of families who sacrificed for us, friends who stood beside us, mentors who guided us, communities that welcomed us, and cultures that shaped us. And to those watching from home, sitting in the audience, or preparing to begin your own college journey, cherish these years. Cherish these late night conversations, those club meetings, the coffee runs, the spontaneous adventures, and the people who slowly become family. Sign up for everything. Keep pursuing your hobbies and go to every event, not just for the free food. Because what everyone tells you is true. These really can be some of the best years of your life, and somehow they pass faster than you could ever imagine. As bittersweet as today feels, I find myself thinking about a line from one of my favorite movies. As Tony Stark says, part of the journey is the end. Graduation is an ending, but it is also the beginning of everything we've worked towards. UCR gave me a degree, but more importantly, it gave me the opportunity to discover who I am. It gave me lifelong friendships, a deeper connection to my culture, a stronger connection to my faith, a community that welcomed me, and the opportunity to pursue my passions, the confidence to become fully myself. And for that, I will always be grateful to this beautiful campus. To the class of 2026, congratulations, we did it. May we continue to carry our cultures with pride, build community wherever we go, stay curious, and never stop learning, not just about the world, but about ourselves. Thank you.
Connor Balbuena is a graduating fourth-year student transferred from UC Merced. He is earning his Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a concentration in marketing. He served as the internal vice president for the Filipino-American club Katipunan, as well as communications director for Asian Pacific Islander Student Advisory Council, or APSAC. Additionally, he is also a student coordinator for Asian Pacific student programs. Let us please welcome Connor Balbuena.
Wow. Hello, everyone. Good evening to all the graduates, staff, faculty, friends, and family joining us here to celebrate our class of 2026. My name is Connor Balbuena, and I am very honored to be speaking in front of all of you and have the privilege to be one of your keynote speakers for today's celebration. First off, I want to sincerely thank all the Asian Pacific Student Program staff and my coworkers for helping me become the person I am today and allowing me the opportunity to speak to all of you. I want to briefly talk about APSP. It wouldn't be right for me to say a speech without expressing how thankful I am for every single person at APSP that continuously puts in hard work for the AAPI community and creates a safe space for different ethnicities and cultures around campus to share an intimate space. Whether it's going with friends to get free meals from events at the hub, or the blue couches to take naps when we're dead tired or stressed, APSP has been somewhat like a second home to many of us, including myself. It's the first place where I put myself out there on campus, someone who is merely a transfer student. I want to give some love to my fellow transfers in this room. It's not easy for us to put ourselves out there in a class that had 2 years to spend together, but in the end, it was all worth it. I'll never forget how welcome I felt and how unknown this campus was to me. Coming from another UC Merced, it was definitely an adjustment going from semester to quarter system. But I adjusted with resilience and passion, as we all did, and it has shown today. To all my fellow class of 2026 graduates, I want to take this moment to personally congratulate every single one of you. In less than 2 weeks, we'll be done with our undergraduate education and walking across that stage. Take this moment to take that all in and realize that it led you to such a monumental achievement, college graduation. As you're sitting in your seats, I invite you to look to the person to your right. Now look to the person to your left. See the people that were there for you during the good and the bad. All those late-nighters, all-nighters spent studying at Orbach for that 8 a.m. final, or when you were nervous for that person you were texting back and forth with. These are the people that will help carry you throughout life and be there for the many milestones that lie ahead of each of us. Throughout college, we've curated ourselves into the individuals we are today, through the communities we've been in. But the community we've been a part of doesn't end here, and it is now our responsibility to change the community out there in the real world and implement the ways it has changed us here on this campus. I had the pleasure of being an apprentice last year and the internal vice president this year for Katipunan, the Filipino student organization. It gave me the place to grow my leadership, learn deeper about my rich culture, and meet some of my lifelong friends. I will forever be grateful for the individuals that shaped me to the person I am today. I want to acknowledge how blessed we are to be sitting in this room today. It couldn't have been solely on our own. To our parents, guardians, and mentors, we owe part of our success to you. Your continuous effort in guiding us and supporting us in our college journey as we enter deeper into adulthood. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. We all chose to come to this school for many different reasons, whether it's to major in biology, engineering, or business. Heck, even just to be closer to raves like Beyond. Well, whatever the reason is, you made it to where you are today. But, graduates, as you enter further into life, take all the lessons you've learned here. And no, I don't mean the quickest way to get a Lot 30 spot against another driver, but the meaningful lessons that you carry with yourself as you get older, and use it for good. This next chapter of our lives can be a scary one, but now, in this moment, we're more sure of ourselves and what we want for our future. I'm not saying that it will be easy, but we are more than capable of navigating and being resilient toward whatever life throws at us. You can choose to attend grad school, enter the workforce, and start your career right away, or just take a break. We have the resources to be the go-getter for ourselves in our next journey. From here on out, there is no more shared path to share with the people that we graduate with. But do you want to know the beauty of it? There is no right or wrong answer. Be patient with yourself and give yourself some grace. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2026. Thank you.
At this time in our program, I would love to invite our graduates to walk up to the stage and to have their names read out loud. I would like to introduce our name readers, Dr. Alton Carswell, as well as Ethan Lawrence Lamibal.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, we'll look at the card. Is this thing on? Yeah. Okay, we have a card. Nice. Congratulations. Okay, Sinduri. Sinduri Nityu Nitya Kalavakacharla. Connor Alex Balbuenum. What are we gonna say? Oh, you know this one. You do that one. He practiced.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Fatatehi lilika tokanga ofa ki langiola loto anyu.
Good job. Congratulations. Analea Mafnias. Oh. You better work. Okay, let's see. Brandon Edward Rogers, Balikbayani, Dinian. Okay. Brandon Connor Rogers, Balikbayan, Dinari.
Thank you so much.
Javen Christopher Bautista Sebastian. Allison Mendoza. Jillian Ruiz de la Cruz. Ashley Isa. Lena Lapicas. Anna Castillan. What's that? Kyoka Hiroshima. Dito Batra. Emma Lynn Sagrado. Michelle Okawa. Ria Gupta. Jivon Rowe.
Ro Zhang. Maggie Lee. Katie Dong. My three, right? Shankara Narayanan. Kimberly Panaligan Clark. Allison Vu. Truman Yong. Jenny Shi. Am I going too fast? Amy Lee Dong. Ashley Guan. Erin Cheng. After her, you want to take over? Cindy B. Alyssa Miyasato.
Kelly Purificacion. Twee Von Lam. Twee Von Lam. Tin Wen. Okay. Mavalesi. You do that one. You practice that one.
Maria Elise Capuao Calehua Jaena Valencia.
Charlene Escobedo Yu. Elise Katra? Okay. Elise Katra. Christina Pham. April Hong. William Dom. Ariyanka Joshi. Kashish Vivek Kumar Rai. Rachel G. Hyun Lee. Calista Rose Frost. Thank you. Xiao Nan Shannon Chien. Okay. Henna Surkar.
Kainoa Kaufman. Annika Buendia. Arena Lam. Trista goes on. Haley Nguyen. Catherine Tran. Jasmine Avelino. Sorry. Zoe Kitasol. Abigail Hinojales. Jessica Lamb. Megan Ho. Kathy Liu. Renee Sanchez. Reddy. Karen Kim. Ravneet Kaur Grewal. Sharavia Ghana. Suhani Jha. Junie Chang. Jialing Ma. Anthony Ching. Ella Quavens.
Haley Shaw. Janet Marinka. Ash Lakap. Jace Tiang. Simon Avery Mercader. Pauline Leanna. Okay. Christina Hong. Emily Wong. Amruta Jivanandam. Yeah. Okay. Shay Patel. Kay Hogler. Samantha Augustine. Leah Goshen. Seja Morjani. Okay. Akul Kumar. Geraldine Mendoza. What happened? Michael Chen. Tiana Huang. Emily Ho. Okay. Kathleen Tran. Go.
Teresa Wun. Jacqueline Pham. Valencia Doan. Lawrence Hong. Samantha Kunohan. Reed Ikeda. Cassidy Yin. Amanda Tom. Kimon Win. Tiana Fan. Philson Ho. Brandon Lee. Sarah Montoya. Zoe C. Yuen Bui. Brandon Alexander Sun. Darren Timothy Bond. David Youngjun Lee. Sandra Al-Aser. Elvin Shu. Colin Daly. Hannah Tai. Jaden Nguyen. Yuna Aguilar. Katrina Kating. Richard Becker.
Audrey T10. Caitlin Lowe. Katie Zan. Mark Sandy. Duyen Trin. Duyen Trin. Jocelyn Tran. Sarisa Huang. Ashley Dixon. Nathan Wang. Aston Vu. Isaiah Din. Irene Chen. Sienna Duenas. Sienna Duenas. Shet. Erica Shet. Matthew Lamb. Justine May Lee.
Angeli Tao. Sorry, that's right. That's good. Lincoln Yang. Sienna Yang. John Dam. Sorry. Sina Eustachio. Cadence Saniel. Joshua Perez. Bianca Verses. Abigail Obra. Zion Leslie Abendano. Oh my goodness. Gondamulia. Yeah. Tara Gondamulia. Kayla Virgil de Dios. Patricia Gina Delphine. Jeremy Luis Akizales. Angelica Lee. Sophia Isabel Gonghe. Isabel Della Rama. Liliana Isabel Perez. Samuel Esplana. Abinaya Harihan.
Delaney Nakamoto. Okay. Trisha May Rivera. Jasmine Floresca. Barry Fong. Christy Tan. Nishta Shah. Shariya Patel. Anindita Sarkar. Anindita Sarkar. Ruhi Barot. Sia Ranat. Kartnik Kumar. Christine Chung. Kaylee Oka. Justin Gabriel Samonte. Abi Tamatam. Richika Akula. Belinda Tai. Oh, Jennifer Wen. Brian Lamb. Kawali. Matthew Kawile. Anthony Kim. Gary Zong. Isabel San. Kunal Ramarov. Okay. Rishita Kona. EJ Peñas. And Angela Avitua. All right. That wasn't too bad.
Y'all, that was gorgeous. One more time, we at UCR want to congratulate this beautiful class of 2026, to honor the way you have met challenges with grit and determination that have culminated in tonight's recognition. Graduates, please take a look around. Congratulate your beloved family, friends, and community members without whom this night would be impossible. Thank you to our Asian Pacific student programs, alums, staff, faculty, students, and community for your commitment to our students. Tonight is also yours to celebrate. Thank you so much, graduates. Congratulations.
Took my love, took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in snow-covered hills till the landslide Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. Ah, take my love, take it down. Ah, climb a mountain and turn around. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, where the landslide will bring you down. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, a landslide will bring you down. Oh, the landslide will bring you down.
Let's dance in style, let's dance for a while. Heaven can wait, we're only watching the skies. Hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Are you gonna drop the bomb or not? Let us die young or let us live forever. We don't have the power, but we never say never. Sitting in a sandpit, life is a short trip. The music's for the sad man. Can you imagine when this race is won? Turn our golden faces into the sun. Praising our leaders, we're getting in tune. The music's played by the madman.